Well, you've come a long way. You've learned a lot about the purchase of your own home and you're ready to close. These are the important things that are going to happen now. You're going to get to the closing table at my office and you have lots of documents to sign. The good news is you've seen most of them before. Federal law requires that you re-execute a lot of documents you did before. But there's 3 important documents a lender's sending that you need to understand. The first one's called the closing disclosure, and you've already received a copy of that from your lender. Closing disclosure says what? It tells you a couple different things. First of all, how much money you have to bring to the closing, and second, how much your mortgage payments are going to be. It's very important. You've probably already looked it over, but we'll go through that in detail at your closing, so make sure you understand everything. The second document you're going to look at is extremely important. It's called a note. And what is a note? A note's a promise to pay. It's just like a check. The simple difference between a check and a note is very simple. A check is payable on demand, and a note's payable on a periodic basis. Those terms the lender's already gone over with you, but we'll cover your interest rate, your monthly payments, and your final maturity date when the note has come due and payable. The third instrument you're going to see is called a mortgage. A mortgage is very, very simple. It's a security instrument. It secures your promise to pay under the note to the real estate, and it does a few different things. First of all, it's going to tell you how much your note is again, how much you just borrowed, and when it's finally due and payable to the lender. Additionally, it has terms and conditions that are pretty common sense and they're very lender friendly. Simply this. First of all, if you don't make your payments, you don't keep the property insured or pay your taxes and insurance, or keep the property in good repair, the lender can foreclose. The mortgage also says if there's any liens and charges against the property, you're going to pay them as they come due. It says you're going to occupy the home as your own. It's your principal residence. If it's not your principal residence, there's going to be a rider that says it's not, it's an investment property. The mortgage will also tell you have certain rights if the lender forecloses. They're very important, but we're not going to talk about them at this point. It also says that your property is going to be properly insured and you'll keep it properly insured, so you can make your payments as they come due. It says that when you make your payments, the lender is going to get paid first. You'll pay any charges and fees second. You're going to put money in your escrow account third, and the last portion of your payment is going to go towards your principal. It says when you sell your home, you're going to pay off your loan as whatever principal balance is due. But it also tells you what rights you have under federal and state law if the lender forecloses. It says your loan application is true and accurate, your financial health is still the same, and you're going to make your payments as they come due. It also says you will not store or discharge any hazardous materials at the property. When we're done, we'll scan in your closing package. We're going to email it to you. It's going to be in an encrypted format. We have simple instructions how to decrypt it so you can download it to your computer. Many of their documents you've seen before, or they're very common sense. We will re-execute them simply because federal law requires us to do it. The other important document you will see is your deed. That transfers the property from the seller or the sellers of the property to you. We'll go through that in detail to you to make sure you're comfortable with it and everything is in order. When you come to closing, you'll have to bring us a check. It has to be a blank check and made payable to our office. That final number you're going to get out of your closing disclosure, which the lender is going to send to you. When you come to closing, make sure you have a photo ID for both you and every borrower on the loan. If you're the type of person who has to read all the documentation, please let us know. A day or two before the closing, we'll get all your documents and we'll be glad to email everything to you so you can read it at your convenience. We're more than glad to do that. If you have any questions, please check out our website or give us a call at the office.